Welcome to Stories Untold, the home of good news. I am Pulem Molebati. Today's edition is colorful as we explore the power of art. Would like to take the opportunity to introduce you to the Lela Center. Now, the center nurtures young minds from grade 1 all the way to matric. Now, they don't only offer them a safe haven, but they also build skills that would have otherwise gone untapped. Let's go straight into that story.
Johannesburg, the city of gold as many call it, for years people left their hometowns and even countries for hopes of a better life in Johannesburg. The city that's in Gauteng was initially built for mining and business. Over the years, it's become home to many, but the structure does not accommodate a family lifestyle. Some buildings and parks have become unsafe to live in and for children to play. In comes Lalela, a center for arts and innovation in Newtown, to give children a safe space to learn and become creative.
Lela actually started as a holiday program. If you remember, during 2010 World Cup, there was that 6-week gap where everyone was focused on stadiums and the Lionel Messis of this world. It was a big party, the schools were closed, and no one was really focusing on attending to the schools because it was just a nice big holiday. And the founders of Lalela, being Andrea Kesner and Sandy Tabatsnik, they saw the need, and then they decided to start a holiday program class in Cape Town in a library. And they did that. When the holiday program was over, they realized that still we are done with this holiday program, but where is the impact? It was nice to have it, but then they saw the need to carry on and move on, and then the organization started from there. That was 2010. The organization got registered in 2011, and they built from there, built from scratch. The target was the school-going kids from grade 1 all the way to grade 12. So they chose art as the medium to use to interact with children at this stage, and it has been working like a wonder right now. So we are at a space right now where we are catering for different communities, from Cape Town to Johannesburg to Zimbabwe to all the way to Venda, and the program is much more mature than it was perhaps in 2010.
Come on, be brave. Bring him up. Join the wars. This woman will love the guy forever. Are you sure?
At the beginning of the year, we go to schools. We speak to the principals that we are coming to recruit a new school. We speak to the children of all the grades that we work with, and they give us that opportunity. We do a demo, and then we give them an indemnity form that then they take home to the parents. The parents, they sign that indemnity form, the kids bring it back to the school, we go fetch it from the school, and we do our admin work here. Once they sign that form, the program is actually a scholarship that lasts the duration of the year. What we always emphasize with parents is that at least try to make sure that your kid attend at least 80% of the time of the year. That's where we are able to see the impact throughout the year, the outcomes of the intervention of the program. So the parents, they sign the indemnity form, and then after signing the indemnity form, then we've got a communication system then that we use to make sure that we keep these three in focus. It's the school, it's the parent, and it's the program. Making sure that because we're working with teenagers at some points, most of the time, they would sometimes say, no, I was at Lalela, whereas they were somewhere. And we don't know where they get to. So it's very crucial for us to always have that contact with the parents, to always involve the parents in our, also involving parents with the school as well. Because the schools in the inner city, they are mostly private autonomous schools. So it's very important for us to have that constant communication.
The center has collaborated with a few schools in the city.
We have been partners with a number of institutions. One of them is Lalela. Our service years or our relationship spans over a decade. We have achieved a lot of things. Part of them is the artwork, drama, dance, and also they offer extra curriculum and extra lessons during after hours as well as during holidays. So as a school, we are grateful of the service that we have been with Lalela through the Memorandum of Agreement and other auxiliary systems. As of 2024, we are very much grateful and appreciate the participation of our learners at Joburg Theatre in the Shakespeare drama. We are very grateful and delighted that we are here also to co-celebrate and collaborate in the success that they have done with the school.
How would you say is the first aid that you give that person who gets invited to the school?
We have had a very good relationship with Lela. As a new school, things were hard, but Lela was there to pick us up here and there in a variety of things. Like they also help us in the enrollment of kids. We got some of the kids through Lalela, and the sessions that we have with the kids. As a teacher, I can see the impact of those sessions. For example, most of our children, they were, introverts. But the moment they started attending Lalela, especially when they meet their teachers there, they are free, they joke, they allow them to be free as much as they can, and there are no strict measures of teaching them, like unlike when we're in class. There are certain values that they share with the kids, and the children are also, though they are not applying all of them, but they are trying. So you can see there is now a change in their behavior, in their way of doing things. There is a lot of change because of the lessons that they also get at Lalela.
Welcome back to the show. Now, the Lela Center transcends beyond the Johannesburg boundaries. They provide a lifeline to children that needs it the most. They provide structure, a home, as well as nurture the skills that will benefit them in the future. We now hear from the children as well as the people that make it all possible for these children to happen. Let's go straight there.
Lalela provides educational arts to children and a safe space during the vulnerable after-school hours and holiday periods. The kids and facilitators at Lalela say spending time at the center is the highlight of their day.
What I like about Lalela is that I have fun. Like I feel comfortable when I'm at Lalela, and I love the way they treat us. And I always come here every Tuesday, and I love the way they treat us. The way I feel when I'm at Lalela, I feel proud, joy, like every emotion, like that emotion that is very, yeah.
What I like about Lalela mostly is that it's changed students' life. That's why we called it life-changing arts, because it changed our life through arts, and it gives us the understanding that we can do more and open more opportunity for ourselves. That's why I love Lalela so much.
I love Lalela because we get to get many opportunities, like the one that we did, like Shakespeare, and we get to do art. We get to express ourselves through doing art. And most importantly, we have teachers to guide us through things that we don't really have access to in our homes. Like for instance, we come here if we have homeworks. If you can't buy data, they come and research for you, help you with all your homeworks and school stuff.
The thing I love most about Lalela is, like, it's the only place I can be myself. Because outside there's a lot of judgment, and Lalela brings joy.
Please draw a circle.
I started facilitating, I think, in 2016, but prior to that, I am a Lalela product. So when it started in Cape Town, I was part of the kids that were there and started. That was more 2010. Before I became a Capetonian, I was born and raised in Johannesburg, Crosby. So I moved to Cape Town and then I joined gangs. You know how Cape Town life is, it's very fast, it's very chaotic. And then I joined Lela, my life came into being about. And then when I came this side, I saw there's a need still to give back to the kids. There's a need still to give back to the CBD kids because Johannesburg is forever rotating, it's forever changing. So if a child can't find a common ground, then that child is lost. You know how they say that if you want a nation, attack its youth. So with the nation and Lalela coming together, the nation will have future bright leaders.
Well done, slave queens, well done.
I can sit there the whole day, but the moment it says 2 o'clock and they walk in, my heart just melts. I forget all the worries of the world. That's how much I love these kids.
So today we were having a special class, and I started joining the organization early this year in January on the 1st. And yeah, although I wanted to join the organization for a very long time, but eventually it happened this year. I'm the AG3 facilitator, lead facilitator, so meaning AG3 it's from grade 9, 10, 11, or from grade 10, 11 and 12s. So basically I provide educational arts to these students from different schools around the Johannesburg metropolitan. The most thing that I love the most about what we do is that we provide access to at-risk youth, especially in Joburg, because I'm pretty sure all of us, we know that Joburg was built for the working class, not for families to actually stay here. So we saw that there's a huge gap that we need to just fill in because of these kids after school, they don't have proper parks or facilities where they can accommodate our youth. If you can go to some of our parks, you'll see they are mostly dominated by adults and alcohol and other substances. So once after school they come here, they have a safe space where they can actually be themselves and actually express themselves using educational arts. So yeah, basically we're focusing more on life skills more than the arts itself.
Hi, my name is Tandy Webb and I like eating.
I started being a facilitator in 2014 KZN, Oscarsburg Primary School. I started by volunteering and the school principal negotiated a deal with Lalela so that we can help the kids understand English better with the art. So it was integration of English into art because it's better with art because it's interactions. So that's how I started. And later in 2017, I moved to Johannesburg, where I worked at Lela Mabone, which has been a great experience, by the way.
Well done, was that 50 points for you too?
I love the interaction with the kids. It's life because you get to change lives, you get to open minds. You get to interact, you know that you interacted with somebody and you don't know whether they were in despair or whether they were whatever, but you get to touch that little heart. And since I deal with the little ones, it's just a blast because they open easily and they are my love.
Lalela also has an annual exciting opportunity for students to travel overseas.
So once a year, we take a group of our students off to New York. We spend a week in there. It's a week of learning as well, but it's also a week of interacting and exploring. That opportunity comes from our board of directors and stuff like that. So every year there's a group of kids that go to New York, yes.
Welcome back to Stories Untold. During our stay at Lela Center, we were able to engage with parents who shared their own transformative stories of how art was able to impact the lives of their children.
Oh, my daughter! Yes, to me, she has been mistreated, taken away from me, and influenced by magical potion. Who could have done such a terrible deed? This man is responsible.
I think nginanzelele something ukuthi sihlale emafletini. Baze emafletini akuna freedom. I think mabe phuma phandle, they meet different people. Uyambona umntwana uyahlakanipha. Umntwana uyahlakanipha uyabona ama changes. Khona uzo interacta nabanye. Kwamenza ukuthi umntwana akhule. Yes, ngibone i-change kakhulu ebantwaneni bami because at first bengibaletha lana manje angisabalethi, they can even cross streets alone. I-growth yomntwana and lapha kwenziwa art, umntwana ngibona even ne-performance yakhe esikolo yes iyachange, ngiyana ukuthi uyamixa ne-different people. Ngibona ngani i-blessing kithi especially thina bahlali bamafletini, uyabona i-west party futhi singabantu ababuya outside the country. Yes, uyakwenza ungani uyangena ku-community. Yes, ungani uyangena community. Yes, so mabethe bezalana angizizwa nginovalo isikhathi esiningi. Umuntu lwana o-strict ebantwaneni, abantu abamabesefletini bahlala endlini, but mabezelalela bane-freedom yokuthi bazodlala nabanye abantwana. Yes,
I think it was 2018-19 when he joined Lalela, when he was grade 5. I'm proud of Lalela. They teach them so many things like acting and to behave. There are so many, and they're proud of Lalela.
Lalela believes that by building their curriculum at the intersection of arts education, academic achievement, and critical life skills, activates a wholesome brain thinking and empowers the youth to become innovative role models with meaningful careers.
Lalela has developed a methodology that we call the I Am methodology. It's ideas, art, and music. So we listen to children's ideas. We inspire them with ideas. We interpret their ideas in art, allow them to interpret their ideas in art, and we infuse music as the lubricant to keep the creativity going. The I Am curriculum, it has proven very powerful in enhancing also the academic sphere of the child. Number one, it has shown that it improves the number one, the self-worth of the child, understanding. The child understands themselves better, and after that you begin to see them interacting with others better. Our program is not only confined to the classroom, by the way. We try as much as possible to expose them as well to elements out there. I will make an example. We used to partner with the art fair Joburg, where groups of our kids would go to the art fair, interact in the art fair. That's the highest level of art consumption in the whole of Africa. It's the biggest show in Africa. Also, the Cape Town Arts Festival, they interact in that. We just finished the Shakespeare School Festival in September, which is also one of those elements that I'm talking about, that we expose them to different elements across the whole sphere. We also have what we call civil engagement, where we initiate programs that empower them in communities. Example, during big national holidays, we initiate programs that are going to expose them to how is it to interact in communities. Let me put an example. One of those programs that actually still sits with me to this day, I wouldn't forget it. We partnered with the Child Maklage Hospital, former Johannesburg General. There is a ward in that hospital called children who are suffering from kidney failures, all those kinds of ailments. We then took a group of our kids to that particular ward to revamp it, paint new murals, and we found out the murals that were there, they were saying they were more than 10 years, they were starting to fade, they were just badly, and then we decided to come with a new design. It was a very sensitive project because now we are coming into a space that is internal, that hosts very sensitive young kids, and we had to be very conscious of the fumes, of the paints, the noise level, the interactions. It was a bit scary at first, but we managed to work around that.
Unfortunately, some Lela centers had to close down due to COVID-19, but the team is determined to keep growing and impacting the next generation positively.
For the organization, the vision is to get the program to impact as many kids as possible, and not just through their schooling careers, but also beyond the schooling career, because that's where you would see the impact of them now. They've moved through the program, now they become active and citizens of value that are adding value to community, because you don't want to raise a generation that is then going to be a problem to society. So Lalela is adding value to ensure that there is a consistent supply or support of young people who grow up to be adults, who are well-groomed, who are well-cultured, who also have impact themselves to society. Because if you influence one, chances are you've influenced 10 around those, and then those 10, it's a multiplier effect.
The Lela Center has demonstrated what happens when communities come together to raise our children, because it really does take a village of any sort to raise our kids. And we've seen what art can do when we communicate social issues as well as educate our kids about what they need to be better versions of themselves. From myself, Lela Center, and the team that makes it all a possibility, let's do this again, same time, same place. Goodbye.